nose faces the rear. I ended up taking the car apart, having the panel, the body soda blasted, took the frame next door to another place, had them box the frame and do all sorts of stuff, put in suspension, put in my rear end for Mark Williams, and so here we have a nice $7,000 Mark Williams 96,000 series, funny car rated, that's what it's for, 430 gear, Detroit locker rear end. And this stuff, this is called a 4-link suspension, and this part was done by Scott's Hot Rods, as was the coil over front suspension. So this is what's going to take all this 1,200 horsepower and put it to the ground through these 18-inch wide Mickey Thompson tires. And so this 430 gear ratio rear end has a Detroit locker. That's a gear ratcheting positraction. Very positive, but it doesn't. It can be clickety noisy sometimes, but it's a great unit. It's based on a Ford 9-inch platform, meaning a Ford 9-inch ring gear series of gears, which are used by nearly every drag racer in the world and every performance car enthusiast for their rear end because it's so strong, is the basis of this rear end. This metallurgical wonder ended up at a 430 ratio because based on the tire size and the transmission that I thought I was going to use, this would get me a pretty good cruising speed. The fact is, I'm going to have so much torque and so much power, this thing doesn't really need that kind of, even that kind of gear ratio, but it'll work out. With an overdrive transmission, it'd be great. With the Power Glide, which does not have an overdrive, I don't know, it'll be under 3,000 RPM on the freeway, probably 2,700. But whatever, who knows? Eventually, I'd like to get it down just for turning less pieces. You know, you don't need to do that. A cruising RPM of 2,200 at 60 or 70 miles an hour, you know, it would be fantastic for this because then they're just idling along, and you got 1,000 pounds of torque, literally half a ton of torque. I mean, you don't need it. So we'll see. Eventually I might adjust the gear ratio, but if I get an overdrive transmission, which is the ultimate goal, then I'll be cool. That'll be exactly what I want.